Attorney General William Barr has appointed the U.S. attorney in Connecticut to investigate the origins of the Russia investigation. John Durham's inquiry will focus on whether the government's intelligence collection methods were, quote, lawful and appropriate.
President Trump has accused the FBI of illegally spying on his campaign. The FBI has disputed that. This is the third inquiry into the origin of the special counsel's investigation. So Paula Reid is joining us now from our Washington bureau. Investigate the investigators 3 times over. There are 2 other inquiries into what started the Russia investigation. Why is the Attorney General starting yet another one?
This is clearly something that will be pleasing to the president, who has repeatedly claimed that there was illegal spying on his campaign, even though several top justice appointed officials who he selected personally, part of his cabinet, have denied this ever occurred. It said any surveillance was supported by a judge's authorization. But as you noted, there are already other ongoing investigations into this matter. The Office of Inspector General, the internal watchdog within the Justice Department, is already examining whether there was any political bias that influenced this investigation. And he actually did the same thing for the Justice Department's investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private server. But the Inspector General can't prosecute people. He doesn't have that power. He can recommend a possible disciplinary action, or he could recommend further action, possible prosecution by the Justice Department. That's the biggest difference here, is a U.S. attorney can actually file criminal charges. But that other investigation was another U.S. attorney, one in Utah, who is already looking at certain aspects of this investigation.
So, Paula, give us a little bit more detail about John Durham and his past experience as a special prosecutor. But I'm also curious because the fact that the Attorney General is looking into this, ramping up this investigation, what does that mean for FBI Director Chris Wray and former FBI officials who have defended what you just said, that they carried out this investigation properly?
Well, there are some concerns within the Justice Department, sources I've spoken with, about the incoming attorney, or the new Attorney General. When he was the incoming Attorney General, William Barr, there was some excitement, some optimism that maybe he would return things within the halls of Main Justice to business as usual, and they could get away from all the controversy of the Russia investigation. But so far, the way he's handled the Mueller report, his comments about, quote, spying on the Trump campaign, have raised a lot of red flags about whether or not he is here to sort of help the president through 2020 with his legal problems, or if he is actually there to help the rank and file and support them in their work. So as you saw just last week, the FBI Director Christopher Wray, he was the one to actually step up and defend the Justice Department against these claims of spying, saying he had no knowledge of any improper surveillance or, quote, spying. He also suggested that he would never use that term, spying, to describe court-authorized surveillance. It's really President Trump has been the primary one, along with some of his allies, to use that term to describe what happened in 2016.
Yeah, and I think, recently the president retweeted a tweet of someone who's being very critical of the FBI director, suggesting that he was protecting the gang out there within the FBI that was pursuing the Russia probe. So we got a little hint of where the president might be getting a little disappointed in Chris Wray.
And I think that, as Paula has reported before, I mean, the idea that you have the President of the United States, the Attorney General, by extension, investigating investigators and doing it repeatedly is concerning for a lot of people.
Yeah. Hey, Paula, thank you so much.